BS. Dougie Cresco here alongside the one, the only Brice Butler. What's going on, B?
What's happening, my guy? We're back in freaking Scottsdale, Arizona. I was in Dallas for the Byron Nelson this past week. It was 55 degrees. I didn't see the sun not one time. It was raining. I was itching to get back. I've never been that anxious to get back home in my life.
Well, as y'all can see right now, I got the homie Brice Butler in here to help me answer this week's question. And we'll get to that in just a minute, Brice. But I got to learn some things about you, man. Like, look, football star, turn golfer, turn absolute, like, I see you everywhere on social media, man. What's it like being Brice Butler right now, dude?
Right now, it's kind of hectic. To be honest with you, I could give you the star portion of the NFL thing because I played for the Dallas Cowboys. We wore a star on their helmet. But if I'm talking about A-list star, B-list star, maybe C- star in the league, had a great time while I played. I played 7 years. Started with the Raiders, Cowboys, and then I had a real short stint with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't count that, but I live here now, so I guess that counts for something. And I ended my career with the Miami Dolphins. When I say ended my career, the NFL ended my career with the Miami Dolphins. I have yet to retire because I know I still have gas, okay? If they need me to go out there and catch a go ball, if they need me to go out there and catch a go ball, Doug, I can still do that. So they think I can't do it anymore, so that's why I won't retire, okay? That's one thing. Let's just
Brice Butler is not retired. I can dig it.
Let's just set that up, okay?
All right.
Two, on the golf content side, golf has been a game I've enjoyed since I was a little kid. But I started playing for real back in 2016 after a fellow teammate, Tony Romo, kind of tried to embarrass me in front of the locker room because I asked him about playing a golf round, and he basically hit me with the, like, I'll never play with you unless you get into a single-digit handicap. The funny thing is about that, when he said that to me, I didn't even know what that meant. I was just like, I know he's saying I'm trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know he's saying I'm trash right now. And I was like, okay, like, I'm going to get my game right. I am now at 6.5. So, Tony, if you're hearing this, I need the smoke. I need about 6-7 pops, though. But I need the smoke next time I come to Dallas because I know where you live. Actually, I know exactly where you live. So, I need the smoke. And three... right now, family man, got 2 kids, just had a baby girl, like my man Doug.
That's right. Congratulations, man.
On the other side of the screen right now said my album dropped. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole just dropped the album, but I dropped an album. Well, not I. My wife dropped an album about 2 weeks ago on April 27th. I'm just a producer. You know what I'm saying? I made the beats. You know what I'm saying? I gave some of the curly hair, all the jeans. So I'm the producer. I'm the executive producer. I engineered the track as well, but my wife is the actual one that dropped the album. So let's give credit where credit's due there.
That's fair.
But yeah,
That's
sleep is not happening in my house right now, Doug. It's very tough. So that's why I'm glad we could get this 2:00 time because I needed to make sure I got as much rest as possible before I got up here in front of all the lights. So that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about me.
Absolutely. Dude, I don't. Well, number one, first of all, congratulations on the new baby girl. Now you got 2 kids to show up to the course. Now, one of my favorite things, though, I'm gonna tell the listeners out there about playing with Brice Butler, man. One of my favorite pieces is the fact that Brice actually will pull up with his son in the cart. And I don't know how you did it, but your son is the most even temperamented kid I've ever seen. It. How old is he?
He's 3 and some change, a little bit of change, about a couple dimes.
But you've got a 3-year-old that can sit still in a golf cart for 4.5 hours while Pops plays golf. Man, I need some lessons there.
Well, you will find out as, like little Rincey gets a little older, you know what I'm saying? He's going to start bartering you for things, you know what I mean? So there's never smooth temperament without negotiations. Okay.
All right.
So, my son, he sometimes he needs that iPad. He got to make sure before we leave, I need snacks. My son loves cheese. Whichever way you can give it to him. You give him the sharp cheddar. You can give him the American cheese. You can give him the string cheese. You can give him the block cheese. He just needs cheese.
He's good.
So as long as the snacks is on point, those applesauce pouches that cost way too much money, whatever he needs, he's going to make sure I know before we even leave. If I'm telling him we're going to a golf course, he's like, Daddy, I want to come, but we need snacks. I need my Pedialyte because it's hot out here. So he's like, I need my Pedialyte. You know, he need the iPad. So yeah, he does a good job because, you know, he negotiates well. His contract is clear.
I like that. I think he gets that from his pops. He must have picked that up from you. Well, Brice, look, let's get into this real quick. This week's episode right here, co-homie Brice Butler, Birdies Not BS. We always have a question that we're trying to answer with this show, Brice. Now, I brought you in because I want to go back and forth with you because you do a good job of this, in my opinion. But how do we make golf fun again? So many new people coming into the game, especially via COVID. So many new people, a lot of new faces, same old people running the show. So when we talk about making golf fun, like what have you seen in the past, I guess, year, post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, whatever you want to call it? What have you seen that really it's like, you know what, that's kind of dope. Like, or how do we make golf cool again?
You know, that's a great question. When I thought about it, you know, before we hopped on, I was like, is it really that we're making golf cool again? Or are we making it accessible for the people that wouldn't normally play golf? Let's keep it real. Like, golf has always been fun for the Jim Nances and the Jack Nicklauses and the Jordan Spieths, right? But has golf always been something fun that Doug Smith wants to do, Brice Butler wants to do, like Schoolboy Q wants to do? Like, has it ever been, you know, Pudge Rodriguez, has it ever been fun for those guys their whole life? You know, so like that's when I think about that question, like when you ask me that, that's how I receive the question. You get what I'm saying? So for me, man, I think it starts with, well, I don't want to say starts, but it kind of continues to get to where we want it to get to with people like us. You know, what you're doing, Birdies Not BS. We got Fairways with Will. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting us out there. And when I say us, I just mean the underprivileged, maybe the inner city folks, you know, the different communities that don't have the uncle or the father or the grandfather that has the country club membership, right? A lot of us grow up, and I mean, this is just how we grew up. Like, a lot of us grew up like, we're going to the park to hoop, you know. And why do we do that? Because our homies, that's what our homies are doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're playing throw 'em up, bust 'em up. We playing jackpot. You know, we're playing football because that's what our homies was doing. Our homies wasn't going to the tennis courts because why? Typically, a tennis court is operated through a gate. You have to get through the gate to get on the tennis court, right? When you're thinking about golf, it's the same thing. I mean, outside of public courses, but when you're a kid and you're a teenager, you don't know what's public or private. You just see there's a golf course right here, right? And it's typically behind a gate. A golf course that I grew up by was the Atlanta Athletic Club. And my dad played for the Atlanta Falcons 12 years. And when he first moved to the area that we grew up in, he tried to become a member. And they said, you don't look like us, dog. You can't come. Damn. And that was like early 80s. And then it was like I think it was like mid to late 80s. He said he kind of has like a funny feeling about that club because he's like, when I moved here, you know, I was in this economic region, like this area, which is Gwinnett, Norcross, Duluth, Fulton area. North
Side ATL, right?
You know what I'm saying? Stupid north side, you know what I mean? So he was like, I'm living around all these people, and these people, y'all come to my games, and I can't be a member here? Like, y'all don't like me that much? You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I think 5-6 years later, they were trying to get more people involved, and they wanted to give him an honorary, and he was like, nah, I'm straight. You know, wow. And he was like, and it was going to be free for him, but he was like, no, because I know what how y'all operate in here, and even though y'all want to give me a free membership to a dope spot, I know that, you know, I'm gonna get the eyes. You know, they're gonna look at me a certain type of way. If I do something,
no question.
If I bring a couple of my homies around, like, y'all gonna be looking at me weird. So he didn't want to become a member, and that was in the 80s, dog. Like this, I'm not talking about 60s.
That ain't that far ago. That ain't that far ago.
Yeah, that's not that far ago, dog. So, you know, I think, you know, especially now in the internet, the digital age, man, like, we just got to keep doing our part. You know, I love it, bro.
So that's your first answer, right? Like, I guess that's be the answer to the first part too. If we're making golf cool again, or just making golf cool, period.
Right.
First
Yeah,
part is
that's
leveraging
the long.
the social aspect. Yeah.
Yes. Agreed. So yeah, man, I just think we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Don't compromise ourselves either for the game of golf. Because
Right.
what I think what a lot of people, a lot of people that don't really understand golf, they don't want to feel like they got to sell out who they are just so they can like
I
get on the
I
tee
think
sheet.
those days are over though. I think those days
Yeah.
are over. We're interrupting this episode because my friend Cheyenne Woods and I want to tell you about something that's changing the way that we practice putting at home.
That's right. We use the Perfect Practice putting mat, which is trusted by more than 100 tour pros.
The Perfect Practice putting mat makes it easy for you to practice at the crib or at the office. Plus, it's kind of dope too. Like you can display it proud, like have it wherever you want to, but just use it before or after you're around and you'll make more putts.
If you're serious about shooting lower scores and you just want to stay in the house, the Perfect Putting Mat is what you need. It's the one golf item you'll buy this year that will change your game.
Go to perfectpractice.golf and use the code Birdies Not BS to save you some loot. Hey, you're going to save 15% on your order. Who don't want to do that? Head to perfectpractice.golf to start draining more putts. Like that whole sellout. But things that I enjoy about Brice, your content, is just your whole attitude and swag is you also incorporate not only like just the golf and the sport and the athleisure of it all, but you bring in the fashion piece. You know what I'm saying? You always got to fit together. You're bringing in the content piece. You're making golf accessible or digestible even. Right. So where people can just come in and be like, you know what? Let me see what Brice is doing. Like, okay, I can actually wear some flooded pants with some high socks and get my Joe Hooks on. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Joe Hook up with
the visor,
but like, are you intentional? And I feel like I am in some degree. When you go out, are you intentional as it relates to kind of your attire? I know, yes, you're going to shoot content, etc. But because people are going to digest the content to give them a certain style, may even bring them into the game too.
100%. I'm always intentional with what I'm putting on, especially if I know I'm going somewhere where people are going to be. Obviously, if I'm going to Chipotle, I'm just going on. I'm wearing a tank top and some shorts and some slides, like and Crocs. I ain't tripping. But when I'm doing stuff like this, like even right now, Doug, like I threw on the Trap Golf hat and I threw on some Fear of God Essentials, a Fear of God Essentials polo. You know what I mean? Like just to let people know, like, look, like I can be swaggy out on the course. Like I don't have to wear some weird like, what's the John Harbaugh Dockers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to wear that. I can go out there and be swagged out on the course. I mean, you look at girls like Troy Mullins. Like I mean, she's super swaggy on the course. Like it looks like everything she wears is tailored. I mean, obviously, like she's swole, so like she can't wear everything that the PGA Tour Superstore has out there, or your Vans or your Dick Sport, whatever. So like she's out there rocking like super tailored out custom fits, lapelled hats, lapels and the fedora caps and stuff like that. And you got guys like Stephen Malbon that's doing that same type of stuff, like Schoolboy Q, Groovy Q, on Instagram. He's rocking like the same type of stuff, like those funny slacks. That are high waters, but they're not high waters. You know what I'm saying, with the Jordan shoes.
Yeah,
and like
I call them the Joe Hookses. That's what I call.
Yeah, like the Joe Hooks fans. Like shout out to my guy Jay Hooks. But yeah, man, like I try to make it intentional because there's going to be a guy. Matter of fact, okay, let me set the scene real quick. Last week I'm in Flagstaff for Patrick Peterson's tournament. I think you heard about it. The P2 Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I heard. I wasn't.
Will dropped out. Will should have called you and gave you in his spot, but because I thought about that, I was like, why didn't Doug come? But whatever, I'll make that happen.
Talk about that next show.
We'll make that happen. We'll talk about it behind air. But like I had a guy come shoot the content because I didn't want to hold a camera while I was up there. My guy shot by Dub, and he was like, "Yo, like, what do I have to wear? Like, what? Do I need to go buy something?" And I'm like, "No, not at all. Like, you're coming to shoot. You're not playing golf. Just wear something cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, wear whatever you want to wear. You know what I'm saying? I would say not a tank top like I did at TPC Scottsdale. But
don't do that.
Just wear what you want to wear.
Still talking about that tank top.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, just wear what you want to wear. Like, nobody's gonna stress you out. Like, you're literally coming to shoot content. Like, so like just that simple question right there. Like, people understand. Like, they know. Like, golf does have like a certain type of standard. You know what I'm saying? But now with with, like what I said, like Steven Malbon's, the Nikes and the Adidas, what they're trying to do, like they're trying to stretch out those boundaries a little bit, which is making it easier for guys to wear what they want to wear. And like you go out there, you got the swag on, you know what I'm saying? You got the Jordans on. You'll call me before. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, people. Before me and Doug play, sometimes he might call me and be like, "Hey, dog, what pair you gonna wear today?" Because I just want to make sure I don't wear the same pair you got. Because I know we got about the same jump mans. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I mean, that's how it is. Like, and guys want to come out to the course feeling good, and like Dion Primetime said, feel good, look good, play good, pay good. You know what I'm saying? So
that's it.
I feel like that's the same version of me on the football field as it is on the golf course.
Now, when we're playing the game, Brice, like, I'm kind of into this new culture. I like me and my friends, we actually played an alternate shot match a couple weeks ago just for fun. We had time to play regular golf, but we mixed it up a little bit. You mixing it up? I know you introduced me to the chip game. Fantastic game. I have to tell you more about the chip game. We might have to post a link to it. But there's just varying ways to enjoy this game rather than just going out and making pars and birdies, right? So as we are in this effort to keep golf cool, make golf great again, are you seeing people playing these alternative formats, or are you seeing people just, enjoying the time out there when they between the ropes?
Yeah, for sure, Doug. You know how it is, bro. Like, you just wanna make fun out of whatever you're doing. I mean, if we were to go to the basketball court, what we gonna do? We gonna play 21. We gonna play horse. We gonna play 1-on-1. We gonna see who can make half court shots like Steph Curry. Shout out to my guy SC30. That's what you're gonna do. Like when you will go out and me and Dez and Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley, we go out there catching balls from Dak, stuff like that. Like, we trying to see how many one-handed catches you can make. Like, can you make a one-handed catch, going that way as opposed to just a standard, like, easy, right in your hand catch? Like, you're doing all those type of stuff to make something that could be redundant sometimes, like going to the golf range, and you have to be a real special person to go to the golf range for 2.5 hours and just work. Am I right?
It's hard to do. Now, especially when you got a life. You got kids and other obligations. It's hard to put that work in. I agree.
Exactly. So, like, you have to try to do different things to keep it light, to keep it fun while you are working. So when you are playing golf and you have a pressure situation, I guess, playing for money. I got a text from Patrick Peterson this morning at like 6:30, like, "Hey, dog, we about to go to Legacy at 8. We gonna play banker. Like, you want to come?" I'm like, "Bro, it's 6:30 in the morning. Like, come on."
I hate when that call come through.
I just changed the diaper. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean?
I ain't even slept yet.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, bro, like, that's what we do. My question to you would be, obviously being a guy that played, like, you legitimately played. You played in college. I know these people on this podcast know your story, FAMU, Kentucky, all that, whatever. But when you play golf.
Quick version. I appreciate it.
Yeah, quick version. Mm-hmm. When you play golf, do you have a different set of friends or groups that you're like, okay, when I play with Brice and his homies, we going to play these games. Okay, I love playing with them on Saturdays because of that. Then when I go play with, say, like Cheyenne and, Aaron Hicks or whatever, like, we just going to play like a straight up, stroke play match, because they can shoot even part. Like, what do you do? Like, do you have like different groups of buddies that play different games?
Absolutely. Everybody's different, and I think, and it sounds like, segregation.
Yeah, right.
Friends. But, sure. But to your point, yeah, there is a certain group that I'll play with. Say I'm going to go practice, or I don't care too much. Yeah, there's a certain group of people I'll play with. Like for you, I feel like you and I only play when we play in the Skins game. Like, you know what I'm saying? The few times that we have played, over half the time we're playing in that Skins game. And so then there's that. And then I got, like, if I'm getting ready for a tournament, there's certain people I want to play with because of their level of play. But, so yeah, I do have those different groups. And then you got, different cats that if you just want to go out and drink and, have a couple cigars and not care about life for 4.5 hours, I got that group too. So I think, it kind of, I feel like friendship, like in our lives, you kind of have those pockets of people. You got your turn up friends. You got your substance abusing friends. You know what I'm saying? You got your scholarly friends. You can't
got your married friends.
You can't get them all together. Right. Right.
Right.
You know how it is. Yeah, it's the same.
So when these different segregated groups of friends that you have playing golf, what group do you play your best golf with?
Probably the like tour player like group. Because at the end of the day, you always kind of measure yourself to the best players, right? And there's groups where I'm the best player, and then there's a couple of groups I play in where I'm not the best player. And when I'm not the best player, I'm trying to bust somebody's ass. And that's one of the things that motivates me in the game of golf, right? I want to beat people. I want to like better you. I want to play the course better than so and so played the course that day. Right. Yeah, that's just competitive. That's why if you go play golf with me and just normal, it's hard for me to pay attention for 18 holes. But if you tell me there's a tournament or we playing for some cash, and then then I'm paying attention. But Brice, when we're talking about this game and making it fun, how have you seen the game make it fun for all genders as well as and less sexist and shit? Because look, just as much as golf is racist, it's equally sexist. So we got to make the game more palatable to women and treat women and people with various backgrounds 180 degrees different, because damn near exclusionary tactics in place keeping people out of this game.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, it's not just the color of the skin. It could be, I don't think I could say that on here, but yeah, it could be men versus women. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's still a lot of clubs out there, private clubs that are men only clubs. I don't understand why. Honestly, my uncle, who basically taught me how to play the game of golf, his sister was married to Calvin. His sister was married to Calvin Pete. So, I learned from him. You can learn how to play great golf by playing, with ladies. And I used to be like, why? And he would be like, well, when you watch TV, what do you see? And I was like, I mean, dudes hitting bombs and whatever, getting around the course easy. He was like, yeah. He was like, the problem with you, this is back when I first started playing. He was like, the problem with you, he was like, you think you can just muscle the ball around the course. He was like, that's why you can't keep the ball on the course as is now. But if you're playing with ladies, you're going to see that, obviously, they're not stronger than you, they're not bigger than you or taller than you, whatnot. Obviously, there are some taller girls, whatever. But that they're not physically, I guess I would say, I don't want to say gifted because that would be a slight. They're just not physically stronger than you. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're hitting the ball 250, 275. Like Troy Mullins, she can hit that thing 300. She probably hits her drives longer than me now.
340.
Yeah, right.
She's 340.
So he was like, just watch them play. And he was like, you're going to see that they're not going to muscle the ball around and they're going to play just as good, maybe better golf than you and your friends. And so, I took that to heart. So, when I moved here, I clicked up with, people like Tanya Tare, Savannah Valabi, that, 5'5", 5'7", Haley Ostrom, 5'4", you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can play.
And they can play. They're not hitting the balls. I mean, if I catch it in the screws, they're definitely not hitting it as far as me, but they're parring and birdieing, and I'm sitting there like, dang, I hit my drive 75 yards past them, but they got green and red with a 7 wood, and I can't get a green and red with a 9 iron, So playing with them really evolved my game. So we need to get to the point. We need to get to the point where everybody's like, look, and groups like us, Doug, people that like us, we're doing that, but we need to get it to a grander, the macro level, I think. The bigger level. I haven't graduated. I graduated college a long time ago, so please forgive me.
Micro, small.
Yeah, the macro level is we need to get it to where we need to make it regular. Guys are going out and playing with girls, and it's not just a guys trip. Girls are coming to play on those same trips when guys go to Pinehurst to play all the courses. Girls need to be there too. And when I play. When I travel, when I do stuff like that, I try to be I try to be inclusive as well. Hey, y'all want to come? Y'all, your dude's good with that. Your husband's good with that. We finna go play golf. You
gotta get that permission slip. You gotta get that permission slip.
On both sides. On both sides, because there's obvious reasons why sometimes you might have a spouse or whatever that might not be down with certain things, but when it comes to golf, we just out here trying to have a good time, and it's not only
it.
singularly with guys. We can do it with girls as well.
Well, Brice, it's that time to get to our Birdies or BS segment right here, Birdies Not BS. Your LA Lakers playoffs.
Not my LA
Coming up.
Lakers, but it's LeBron.
LA Lakers.
Oh, go James. Oh, go
LA
James.
Lakers. Birdies or BS right now.
BS. And I'm going to tell you why. They're not looking good right now. LeBron and AD haven't been playing. And it just seems like the rest of the team, they're still on that final series from last year. They're still drinking the Kool-Aid.
You sound so deflated right now.
When LeBron and AD went down, KCP and Schroeder and Andre Drummond, they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. So I think they're BS. What do you think?
You know what? I don't care either way if they do or don't. I just be 100%. It don't change my day either way. Call them birdies, call them BS. I'm picking or with the Lakers. It doesn't affect my day. But something that does affect my day is the next question. The new J. Cole album. Birdies or BS, Brice?
You know what? I haven't heard it. I heard maybe like 3 tracks. I like J. Cole. I love him. I'm more so leaning towards the next Kendrick Lamar album. So just because of that, I'm just going to have to say BS. I ain't worried about it.
This is where we do not agree. That thing is fire. Guy took 5 years off, came out with an album, called it the off season, man, and he was
He ain't take 5 years off, Doug.
Fire.
He ain't take 5 years off.
5 years.
No. He dropped that
When's
Kids.
the last album came out?
He dropped that Kids album in 2018.
Okay, well, I forgot one.
He dropped. Yeah, when I first moved here, he dropped a new album, and I liked it. It was like count it up, count it up, count it up, count it.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, that was 18. That was 18 or 19, I think.
And Brice, I know you on the Callaway staff. And you've been out and gotten fit and all this other stuff. Now I'm gonna give you an opportunity to tell us some truth. I know you on the brand team. The new golf ball lineup from Callaway Golf. Is it birdies or is it BS?
Depends on what ball you play. If you're playing the LS ball, I'm going to tell you it's BS. If you're playing the Chrome Soft X Chrome Soft ball, I'm going birdies. Okay, because I'm getting birdies out there. Okay, I played the Chrome Soft X. I put that ball in my lineup. I shot my lowest score, which was a 75. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the low spin ball. Like they've already done a lot in the technology of the clubs to get the ball higher and lower spin or whatever. So I honestly don't think the low spin ball in any company's balls are doing anything for my game.
Well, I will agree with you there because I know one thing. Callaway Golf invested millions of dollars in the ball X-raying to make sure their course sitterness was perfect. So I'll give Callaway birdies for their effort to make sure that we got the right product coming out of an OEM.
I got a question for you. Birdies no BS. Jordan Spieth.
Okay.
Is he real this time or is he not?
He's real. All birdies. Jordan Spieth. I'm not the biggest Jordan Spieth fan, but game recognizes game. And I am going to let you know after what he did here in Phoenix, then he continued to play great, played well at the Masters for a spell. Then he won, and now he's playing good this week. I think Jordan is back. I think he's chilling a little bit. I think he got the monkey off his back. He feels like the changes that he was working toward to make put him in a better position to win tournaments, and he's won. So Jordan Spieth, here to stay. Got to say it. We'll see. Brice, I can't thank you enough coming in here, sitting down with me, holding it down. Birdies Not BS.
I got you.
People, all the people know what to do, man. Go follow Brice. Brice, how do they follow you? Where are them social handles at?
I got it real easy for you guys. Instagram and Twitter is the same, just Brice_Butler. My name is spelled with an I. Typically, if you put on Instagram, you just put Duffle in that thing. It'll pop up first. And then on YouTube, I got a YouTube channel as well, just Brice Butler Lifestyle. And you'll get to see, what your boy's doing on the golf course. It's my game, birdies are not BS. It's my game, birdies are no BS. So, so y'all can check me out there.
That's what's up. Hey, follow, listen, subscribe. Go check out Brice's YouTube channel. You know where to get us at on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, birdiesnotbs.com. For this week, that's all we got for y'all. Brice, thank you so much, man. And we'll see you again, my friend.
See you soon, brother. We'll be on the golf course soon, baby.